honor of the dog days of summer, we have no news this week. I'm Aaron. I'm the one who got our first cease and desist issued on us.
I'm Josh, and I'm just laughing at it all. It's funny. I was spectator for it, but...
So we'll get into that little bit of fun. It's been a dysfunctional week here on Dysfunctional Nerdcast.
It really has, man.
Yeah.
And but it's exciting, too.
We learned a lot.
Yeah, we learned a lot to grow.
That's right. So this is episode 43.1.
What, 0.1?
Yeah.
Why is that?
We'll save it for a little bit.
Ooh. See, I always want to jump the gun and be like, why is that? Come on, I just need to know.
Gotta cock tease it a little. But of course, San Diego last week, there is not much news because they kind of save everything up for that. And now that it's out and about, there's not going to be anything for quite a while, actually.
Yeah, plus you just had like nerdgasm after nerdgasm. Hopefully you got news and you're just like, oh my God, what the fuck? So you need the time to process it, have your dork talks afterwards. So
digest it.
Yeah. Maybe we shouldn't give too much more to overload people's brains, you know?
They just don't have anything left.
That's true, too, I guess.
So we got some summer blockbuster movies coming up. That'll get us through summer, and then it's kind of convention season, so...
Yeah, fall's always good.
That's going to be the gist of that. But there was some movie stuff that was announced. I think it was yesterday. It Chapter 2 is going to have a running time of 2 hours and 45 minutes, folks.
Holy shit.
It's a lot of fucking clown. It's a bit much.
I think it is for that type of movie. I just hope that it just doesn't drag at some point.
So director said he had this edited to 4 hours. And he was like, obviously, there's no way you can do a 4-hour movie. People just can't tolerate that.
No.
And he said he edited it down to the 2:45 and that there's zero pacing issues. Not a single complaint in any of their showings. Everything's coming back, positive feedback. It's still really long, man.
Yeah, and of course he's going to say there's no pacing issue. It's his movie.
Well, yeah. Obviously.
Yeah, you know, and who did he show it to? His buddies who aren't going to say anything? I don't know. What was the test audience? But that's long, dude.
The first one was about 2 hours and 15 minutes.
I don't mind that.
It was fine.
I don't mind that, but when you think about it, an extra half an hour.
It's a lot, though.
It really is
quarter of a movie.
It really is for a movie.
And most horrors, it's a third of a movie. They're an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm. I mean, wow. We'll have to see, man, because...
It's kind of weird, though. The originals, I don't know. I don't know how long it is when you compare the whole thing. 3 hours, maybe?
Yeah, if you take out all the damn commercials and stuff, right?
But when you're doing these two movies, it's basically a 5-hour movie.
That's a lot. It's
so
still the same source material.
Right, exactly. That's what's weird. One can be so much shorter. Now this is basically a 5-hour telling.
Let's face it ain't Lord of the Rings. The book is not that big. So I think it's a bigger book, but I think Lord of the Rings has more pages overall. That's a lot, dude.
I'm just tired of long movies. Just...
What do you want? Hour and a half movies? Is
that
good for you?
Because it's refreshing for once. Like
refreshing or you have no attention span?
It's just refreshing. It's like I'm in and out. I don't need to spend my whole day at the theater. Like, just get it over with. Yeah. I don't want bang for my buck at this point. Just pull the Band-Aid off, man.
Did you feel that way about Endgame?
No, I didn't actually.
Of course not.
I really didn't.
See, that was a whole fucking day. Like, I rarely get reserved seats. I got reserved seats for that because I'm like, I'm not waiting. I just want to get in, sit down, watch the movie, and get the hell out. That was way too long for me. And
speaking of reserved seats, after last week, we're like, this movie will not fucking play anywhere. What a pile of garbage. 3 from Hell was actually at one of our local theaters.
Yeah.
Through Fathom Events. So
yeah. Was that the other day? I was like, dude, they're showing it in our area at like multiple theaters.
What? Shocking.
Yeah, it was like the end of the world coming or something. I didn't get it, but...
So we'll be seeing it opening week that Monday. We get a free exclusive poster with it.
Yes.
So we'll have a full review of that. I think we should be able to get some good interviews after.
Yeah,
audience
we're going to try to talk to people afterwards. The good horror crowd. Yeah. And you know what's cool? True fans are going to this movie, obviously.
Yeah, no one's going on a Monday night to see 3 from Hell that's not into horror.
Exactly.
Like, let me just check out this new film that came out. Let me take the family.
Ooh, Margot, this looks interesting. Let's go.
As you would say, yes, dear. It's a good family film. Let's check this one out.
Hope it's fun.
Slightly movie news, but sticking, I guess, more with the convention side. Today was announced at Keystone Comic-Con, which we will be attending. Tom Holland is making an appearance.
That was shocked, dude.
That is huge. Right now, you can't get bigger.
No. Absolutely not, unless it's Robert Downey himself, which would never happen. But wow, I was shocked, dude.
It's a huge announcement. I mean, we're kind of not holding our breath because we think it's going to be canceled. But
yeah, they've been canceling guests. Sly canceled. With Erin Kellyman, she plays Memphis Ness. She canceled. Katie Sackhoff canceled yesterday or today.
Sackhoff.
Oh, yeah, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but I like the way it sounds. I forget what she's on. I don't know. But Tom Holland, and you mentioned they are having the pre-sale starts tomorrow for VIP or whatever it is. I don't know what the tier is for tickets for autographs and photos and shit. They had it for Sly too, and he canceled. So it's not a guarantee, but hopefully it is for the fans.
He's Sunday only. Sales are going up tomorrow, which this will be past in our recording here, but it'll be Wednesday. I don't know my fucking days. Wednesday for VIP members only, which is a $300 ticket. Then Thursday is going to be premium tickets, which is $150. And if there's any left over, it'll be general audience on Friday.
He's going to sell out.
I think it's going to be gone during the VIP. Buddy actually upgraded to premium today, hoping that they last until that long. I think he's going to get shut out, honestly. I would have just waited.
I don't know.
But he's at a convention in Salt Lake City he was announced for, and his autograph price and photo op price is $225 each.
Okay.
It's a lot, but it's not outrageous. I think I'll pay the $225 if it comes down to Friday. I'll just suck it up and do it. But to upgrade to the premium or VIP, no way.
No.
VIP now it's $525 or $375. I'm not paying that for nothing. No.
I'm not paying anything, so I will not.
And then you could upgrade and still get shut out.
True.
And then what? They're not going to refund your ticket. Sorry, it's sold out. Too bad. You shouldn't have upgraded it. They're not guaranteeing anything.
It's crazy.
It's going to be a madhouse Sunday.
Yeah,
At least it's lesser crowd Sunday, so
it would have been a lesser crowd.
It'll about even out. It'll look like a Saturday, though.
I bet it does. But everybody's just going to be in his line all day.
Oh, yeah. That's it. The rest of the show will be dead empty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I should go Sunday again and get some deals.
Oh, yeah. Dealer booths are going to be dead.
Yeah.
So $225 is what I'm guessing. They haven't announced the official price, but
we'll see.
Got to sell some books. Sticking with that type of shit, Amazon Video Prime. What do they even call it? Prime Video.
Prime Video. Yeah, you got it.
The Boys started.
The Boys
comic book show. I was a little hesitant going into it.
I was looking forward to it.
I don't know. I guess it was the Seth Rogen thing, and then from the trailers I saw, I was like, whatever. It seemed a little over the top, but it's an awesome show.
It's really fucking good. I do agree.
And it's the over the top that's needed on it. That's what makes it good.
Yeah, definitely. And it is. You're taking characters from both DC, Marvel, probably an independent thrown in there. I don't know, but you're taking familiar type characters and freshening them up. That's what needed to be done. This is where Brightburn kind of failed.
Yes, and it's similar to Brightburn in a way that the superheroes are kind of bad.
Yeah, they're
assholes.
They're just egomaniacal pieces of shit that all they care about is their brand and selling.
We weren't getting into the interview yet. I already told you this. We're saving that for the end.
Oh, I'm sorry.
But it is. It's like they basically become celebrities. Celebrities get full of themselves. And it's like, we're so much better than everybody else. And there's a group of guys that are like, fuck you. You're terrible. We're going to try to eliminate you. But what I like about it the best is it does all those things that fandom nerds do. Well, if I was Ant-Man, I would do this.
Yeah.
Well, they basically have a guy that shrinks down to nothing. He runs across the fucking coffee table and dives into a chick's pussy. What fan hasn't been like, if I was Ant-Man, I would go up a girl's vagina? Like, it's the conversations we all have.
And the translucent who's invisible, what dude did not say, if I had invisibility powers, I'd go into the girl's bathroom?
He's there.
And he's there. And they know he's there. They're like, not you again. Like, all right, we know you're here. But it's still, every dude has that dream. I'm sure some women did too.
And then the classic make fun of Aquaman. They have a guy whose name's the Deep, which is bad enough. But then he basically fucks any type of porpoise hole there is. So, I mean, it just takes all those things. It's super violent. A lot of gore on it, blood. A lot of sexual things.
Yes.
I'm only at episode 4 right now.
I'm like in 2.
Yeah, wait till episode 3 ends with a face sitting scene.
Oh, well, tonight I hope to end with the end of episode 3, so I'll let you know.
It's quite comical and gory at the same time. It's funny. It's funny. But great show. I highly recommend. Yeah,
the writing is good. I think the writing is good. I think like there is like a little bit of the social part in there about capitalism and everything like that. And
absolutely,
you know, but it's still something that, you know, people forget, you know, and look at the celebrities today. I think that's kind of what they're getting at. And just the whole brand and image thing. Like when they go out to fight and do things, it's filmed and it's like, oh yeah, you did that good. That was really cool. It's almost like everything's set up. Just so
they're
they can
so worried
shit.
About like Twitter handles and followers and how many Facebook likes they have. They could care less about actually completing the job. The only reason they even want to do good is for their own following.
Right. And obviously money, fame, fortune, the big head, whatever it takes. And if someone dies along the way, they're covered. It doesn't matter. They're like, whoops, sorry.
Yeah, and they could clearly care less.
Yeah.
Just, whatever.
Yeah, shit happens. Shouldn't have been in the way of me speeding across town or in the way of my heat vision or whatever it's going to be. It's kind of funny, man.
Comic book wise, I mean, issue 1 has always been a good book. It's about a $50, $60 book. It's going to spike for over 100. Wildstorm actually came out with this book for like the first 6 issues. And DC said this book is way too crazy for us. Because basically that storyline involves Butcher. I believe his wife gets raped by a superhero. She has a superhero baby. So his whole agenda of trying to get back at these superheroes because his fucking wife was raped by one. For DC, that's a little much.
Yeah.
I mean, for Marvel, whoever, like the main publishers,
they're not putting that out at all.
So I don't think they knew what they signed on to. Much like Kirkman tricked Walking Image into Walking Dead. They're like, do you know what? We're gonna cancel this, and then Dynamite picked it up. So the rest is 72 issues long. The rest of them are through Dynamite. They're worthless books right now, but they already signed on for season 2. Who knows what storyline could pick up? But they should be at least like $10 to $20 books. I'll pick them out of Dollarmans. Why not? Sure. And they're probably a fun read because the show's really fun.
I'm kind of interested.
So
see what the source material is.
Yeah.
Maybe you could just pick up a porno mag and that's the source material.
Hustler, issue 1.
Swank.
Right now, I'm giving it like a 9 out of 10. I'm not done with it. Like I said, only on episode 4, so maybe it ends disappointing, but I heard it's a cliffhanger.
No, I give it like an 8.5 because I'm not as invested in it, but it's good, really fucking good.
And I have not heard one complaint from any comic site. Usually you have, oh, it's not that they did this wrong, they did that. Everyone is praising it, so definitely check it out. And who doesn't have Prime? It's essentially free.
And it's picks on everybody. It's not like you feel like it's just strictly DC or strictly just Marvel or whatever. It's picking on every superhero. So there's something in it for everybody, really. What else you got?
That's about it.
Hey, we told you it was going to be.
That's short, right?
Episode over. Thanks for listening, folks. No, it's not.
I guess so. We got to get into the dysfunction of it.
Dysfunction? For once, we weren't dysfunctional, were we? Like, and, you know, as much as we tried to keep up the name dysfunctional, it wasn't us this time.
It wasn't even our fault. We did nothing wrong.
We were told it wasn't our fault, and we did nothing wrong. We were professionals.
So we promise you folks an interview for episode 43. It sounds like, unfortunately, it's not going to happen. We recorded it.
Yep.
We were finished. We thought it went fantastic. We got a lot of good scoops.
Yeah, we had a great time talking to this person. And, you know, everything went well. This person was like, oh, I'm feeling generous. That's what's like, oh, we like that. We've had other people say, hey, I'm feeling generous. We're going to give you a little bit of an inside scoop. We get the inside scoop on stuff. We're like, wow, we didn't know that. Awesome. Guys getting into it, you know, talking like us. It was like really like talking just another dude in the room.
It was a conversation. It wasn't a Q&A panel.
No.
Which is what we wanted.
Yeah. And that's what we kind of strive. That's what we strive to be, is more conversational. And we got done recording it, and we wanted to record our regular episode right after. Why waste studio time? And what happened?
It's not even, 5 minutes later?
Yeah.
And they're like...
10 tops.
He's going to have to re-record this episode. He wasn't quite himself.
Yeah,
Can he call you back and just re-record? We're like, no, we're already recording another one. We didn't even stop recording. We just saw it come across the email.
Yeah.
We're like, we can't really stop. We're in the middle of another one. It's going to take away all our natural conversation. We're going to ask them the same questions, talk the same small talk, whatever. I'm like, no, we'll address it later. We'll let them edit. And we always say, we don't want to do any guests any harm, because if they look good, we look good, right?
Yeah.
Gets us followers.
Yeah, and we're not going to make anybody look bad or look like an asshole either. Because
then
that's not what we're about.
If they don't promote it, it doesn't help us. So if they're not comfortable promoting it and liking it, it does us no good.
Right.
So we say, well, edit out anything you want, but there's no need to re-record the entire thing.
Every guest we've had on, we've told them this.
And everyone has taken something out.
Right.
Which is totally cool.
Right. And we've lived up to our end of the bargain every single time, and we've had zero complaints from any of our celebrity guests that have been on.
So we kind of ignore it, and then we get another email.
We get a couple.
There was like 3 or 4.
Yeah, like you got to, contact us and,
Then it turned into, you have to send it to us for approval before you're allowed to send it out. Again, no problem. Who cares?
Yeah.
That's fine.
We'll do that. But we didn't have time to respond.
This is 10 minutes after the podcast.
Yeah, and this is and we're recording our next one. So I'm not going to stop, and answer this while we're recording, like Aaron said.
So then we start
goes on and on.
Then we start getting phone calls. And it's obnoxious phone calls. Like, it's one after the next after the next. They don't even let it go to voicemail. They're already redialing it.
Yeah.
Then I start getting calls from the publicist. And then it's message, you need to call me right away. So then what? Maybe 10 minutes after all that takes place, this is within an hour of the podcast ending.
Yeah.
We get a fucking email from their lawyers.
Yeah. And this is after you left, right?
Yeah, I'm on my way home.
And he's sitting there. I think you texted me at the stop sign. You're like, I just got another phone call. What is going on? And again, we're in a time difference here, different time zones. So we're not able to respond right away.
It's fucking 10 o'clock at night by this point, and I'm trying to get home for work the next day.
Yeah, because we do have other jobs to help pay.
Doesn't pay all
this.
The bills. Yeah. Just some of them.
It barely pays this. I can barely keep the electric on in the studio to record this, damn it. And I think I think you called me. You're like, she calls again, dude. And I'm like, oh my God. I hang up and an email comes across. I look at my computer and I see it's from some law firm. And it's a letter.
Official cease and desist.
Yeah.
We didn't even start anything. What's there to cease?
What's to desist? Basically saying we can't air this interview. Just a basic gist. And can't use the likeness, can't do this, the voice, nothing.
So we're looking into the rules. I still don't really know 100% the rules, so I don't know 100% what's going to happen with all this. I think they gave permission to use it, basically. So he called us, so he's already given them permission by calling us. We didn't solicit him. He solicited us. He asked, is this being recorded or is it live? I said, no, we don't do live. We record it, make you sound good. If there's anything that you'd like edited, we can do that. Let us know. He proceeded with the entire interview. Again, giving permission that he understands the terms and conditions.
Plus gave us the scoop.
Right.
Which we can't say. Pisses me
and
off.
After the interview, we didn't, not during it where we're like, oh my God, I can't believe he said that. Now, in hindsight, based on what they want, I can understand where he sounds conceited, like an asshole a little bit. But it's not anything terrible. He wasn't really putting anybody down.
No.
He was just involved in some shitty situations that he wanted to explain his side of it, which is totally reasonable.
And he came out really a better person for it. And he said he learned about it. And he gave props to the people that were in this situation. He even said that they're fine people. So I didn't get that part.
Quite frankly, I've never heard a podcast where the same type of things were not said about something.
Sure. I think every person in that industry has had something similar happen. Or a lot. Not everyone, but a lot of them have. You hear it all the time on any podcast, TV show, you know. And again, there wasn't bad mouthing. It was just an experience.
And who doesn't like a redemption story?
Right.
So he's going to come out on top for all of this. He shared his experience.
Sure. Like I said, it was a good conversation. And I was playing producer on that, so I didn't really interject. Aaron did a great job with the interview. So it was fun for me to listen, take the notes of, you know, pauses that I might edit or a sneeze, which I'm really bad at editing out. But you know, things like that, coughs, shit like that gets edited. Okay, people, and
behind the scenes.
Yeah, behind the scenes. See, here's our scoop. We try to, you know, edit out the coughs. I let a sneeze in last week, but oh well. Shit happens. But it was fun for me to listen to this interview. Like, I had a good time. I felt like I was listening to a podcast, and that's exactly what we wanted it to end up being.
And I don't ask very leading questions because I understand I don't want to put the guests in an uncomfortable spot.
No.
I'm reaching out to them. They're kind of doing us a favor. We're doing them a favor through the promotion part of it, but they're doing us a favor by being on. I don't want to make them uncomfortable. It's supposed to be a fun thing. So I knew stuff going into the interview of situations that were kind of, I guess, deemed real, that he had problems with all kinds of people. I'm not asking those questions.
No, you didn't ask them at
There's
all.
nothing leading. But when I ask you, just as a stupid example, do you wear shoes? And you say, no, fuck Nike, they did this to me, and fucking Adidas did that. I'm not going to necessarily stop you. You could have just said, no, I don't like shoes. I wear sandals, whatever.
Sure.
That's it. That's the end of it.
Yeah.
You don't have to ramble on for 15 minutes
when you
about all these experiences that I did not ask about. Now I'm going to take it because you're giving it to us. It's juicy stuff. It is.
It was juicy. No.
And it's fun to hear.
It is.
I learned a lot. But
when you voluntarily, you know, offer information, this is purely voluntary. That's what really confused us. Was we set this up with your assistant and everything was a go. We had a time. We gave our phone number out to call because they didn't want their phone number, you know, and we get that. We've done that before.
They were supposed to call from a blocked number. It came through unblocked. It's not like we've been calling him, harassing him.
No, we didn't. No, we're done.
We're professional. I mean,
yeah. And everybody who has given us their phone number in the past, it stays with us.
I wouldn't. Yeah,
never. It never
ever
gets out ever.
No.
So we haven't even called them back.
No.
You know, it's not like we call, hey, what's up? How's it going, Bob? You know, no, we don't do that. But when you voluntarily give the information and maybe you do say something stupid, be accountable for what you say.
But we also give you editable rights.
Sure, that too. Yeah.
Edit it out.
Yeah.
Say, you know what? I shouldn't have really said that. That was more of like an internal thing. Strike it.
Yeah.
And what do we say? No problem.
Exactly. Take it out. We make a note of it and it's out.
I'm not going to redo the entire conversation.
Yeah. If we had a guest on that said, oh, I'm going to make an appearance at this place. Oh, wait, it's not official yet. Strike that. Done. It's out. And that has happened. We are honest folk here.
We had a personal story given to us between two actors. And they said, you know what? I'd like to keep that personal. I never told anybody. We took it out. Exactly. We're not even saying who said what.
Yeah.
That was our conversation to have.
Right. So I don't get where the accountability, how messed up is it that you can go on, you give this interview, and then you're like, I didn't like it.
So this is where we looked into the legal stuff of it. Is California and New York do have a law that basically holds them unaccountable. They can say whatever they want, supposedly, and then come back, even if it's 10 years later, and say, do you know what? My political views changed at that time. I didn't really like how I came off. I want that removed. Remove it from your podcast. They don't want their likeness rights used, and apparently their voice is their likeness rights.
Sure.
Their name, etc. So I don't know if we can fight that or not. I feel like they were really kissing my ass because I talked to the publicist the following day for about 45 minutes. And she's kissing my ass like, you guys are the greatest. He loved you. He wants to hang out with you guys. You know, when you're at a convention that he's at, he'll hang out. He thinks you guys are awesome. He just wasn't himself. And I'm like, all right, well, what do you want taken out? What did we do wrong? Oh, nothing. You guys were awesome. He didn't do anything. He just wasn't himself. So why are we redoing it? And why does he want to redo the podcast at that point?
Yeah, that's the curiosity of it.
So I'm like, what's to prevent you from just having a cease and desist on the next one and then the next one? Like, how many times are we going to have to go in a circle? She's like, we'll have to give you strict talking points. You can only talk about the talking points. I'm sorry. This is not a magazine interview. Like, it's a podcast. It's a conversational thing. It's not, how are you today? Good. All right. That's talking point 1. Talking point 2. Oh, what about the prosthetics?
You probably couldn't ask
movie?
how he was doing because he might go into too much detail. Like, oh, I had an upset stomach today, and then I took Pepto and it didn't work. Fuck Pepto.
Or, do you know what? The fucking director really pissed me off today, and he did this, this, and this, and that's why I'm having a terrible day. You could have just said good.
Yeah. And why wouldn't you say good? You're trying to promote your image. I don't think I've ever seen like someone go on TV. Very rarely. It's like a comedian that goes on like a late night show and they're like, hey, how are you today? Fucking terrible. I stubbed my toe coming out here and all this shit. You don't even hear that shit.
So the publicist, again, is kissing my ass. He's like, well, I have a whole network of all these people. You know, it's 20,000 publicists. I can get you in contact with anybody you want. We can set up other interviews. I'm like, yeah, sure, go for it. So she starts naming all these names of people on TV shows, people in the comic industry. I'm reaching out to their publicists now. You know, I'll get back in touch. I'll let them know you're awesome people. And I'm like, that's fine and great. I know she's snowing me at this point. I'm not buying into her hype. She's probably thinking, man, these people are fucking idiots. I'm like, I'm not buying your shit. And she's like, don't worry about the cease and desist. It's the same thing that we do for Entertainment Weekly or Entertainment Tonight, US Weekly.
Which makes you wonder, if you have this ready to go, I mean, this was very quick that this came out. So this is a form letter that they probably changed very little in, you know, just to say, hey, you were on this or you were interviewed by this paper or magazine. It came out quick. If you have to have this at the ready, what's going on? Like, how many interviews are just like, no, I just wasn't feeling myself today. I don't know. Do you think that happens in the industry though? Like I would think that people are used to being interviewed. They know what to say. They know how to answer their questions, especially if you've been in the industry for a while. And there's even people who've only been in it for 5-10 years. They know not to say certain things. They know not to act a certain way. You know, you ask, like you said, how you doing today? Oh, I'm doing good. How are you? Thanks for having me on.
That's it.
Perfect.
The same way I know not to ask leading questions.
Yeah.
Know not to answer with leading answers.
We just want to have a conversation.
So I said, fine, you want to be professional with us, treat us no different. I'm going to treat you the same as if we're Howard Stern. You need to sign in order for us to do this episode, and I'll talk your talking points that are total bullshit. It's not interesting. Nobody even wants it. Half the things were on subjects that we don't even want to talk about. Our audience could care less about. I'll appease you. I'll do it just for the sake of let's accomplish something, all this effort.
Yeah.
But you, as a professional, you need to sign a waiver, a release form that says we own the distribution rights of the recording. That's the other thing. It's our fucking equipment that's recording it.
Right.
So I'm like, you need to release us because I'm not going through this again. Do you think we heard back? No. And this is why I think they're full of shit with the legal stuff is basically they could have said, do you know what? We didn't like it. Go ahead, press us. We'll sue the shit out of you. Fuck you. We're done. Why are you coming back and saying, well, please don't release that. You guys are awesome. We can do another episode. I can hook you up with all these people. If you're in control, you say fuck off. And they don't. They're kissing our ass, trying to appease us so that we would delete it.
Well, that was the other piece of the part of the puzzle that I didn't get was why, if you didn't like it and everything else, why did you want to do it again? And why do you even do it in the first place? All this shit? Yeah, but why are you offering us all this shit to try to make us feel better? We know we didn't do anything wrong. We know that. I just don't get why you would just blow all this smoke just to make yourself feel better. Like, what's it to you?
I think it's just a power trip thing. It's like,
yeah, but who are they power tripping to? Themselves? They're the only ones that know it. We're the only ones that know it.
And now our audience knows it. He comes off in a worse light now. We're allowed to share our experience. This has nothing to do with his likeness rights, individual, whatever.
Yeah.
We can tell our story. This is what happened. There's no libel, slander. These are the facts.
Right. But it's just like funny how we get into the whole like, oh, we're going to help you out. You know, I know all these other comic book artists, people that are on shows, things like that. Even if this didn't work out, we still haven't heard back. And you offered.
Because it's bullshit.
And if you really wanted to, make amends, you would say, all right, look, sorry this didn't work out. But, and as a publicist, why wouldn't you want to promote your client? So if you had this person as your publicist and found out, hey, there were 3 interviews that she or he didn't get you, would you be like, what the hell? I could have been on air on something. I could have gone on TV, promoted my book, promoted a movie, promoted whatever. They're like, I just don't think it would have been a good fit for you. I don't get it. And talking points, I know that there's talking points. We both know that, right, man? There's talking points. Yeah, they want you to hit certain things.
And we did that.
Yeah.
There's a reason he was on, to promote an appearance.
Yeah.
We promoted the appearance. We gave all the social media plugs.
Right. This person does other things.
We
now.
touched on everything they did in their career.
Right. And what they're doing now. And we would have promoted the hell out of this person. But you know what? If you don't want it, I understand.
So legally, I don't know where we stand on what's right, what's wrong. Do we want a chance getting sued? No. Do we want to even take the effort? No. Yeah. So that's why we're doing it vaguely. I don't know if there's any lawyers listening. Anybody in a lawyer firm that can contact us, let us know. Maybe this is bullshit. Maybe it's not. But it is what it is. That's why we don't have the interview for you today.
Yeah. But it was a damn good one. It really was.
So sign up for the Patreon and we'll send you a copy. No. That's a total joke, lawyers. We're kidding.
We are.
Wink, wink. No, we are kidding.
No, we are. We are.
I'm not going down that hole of
no. And
the
you know
bullshit.
what?
It's not worth it. And honestly, this person's not even as important as they think they are. This wasn't Tom Hanks that we're dealing with, then I would have kissed his ass. This is like...
Would you have actually physically kissed Tom Hanks' ass if he said so?
Yes.
Like puckered up, flesh on flesh.
Yeah, I will clean his shit box out with my tongue.
Again, you say I take shit too far, you just, wow.
This is why they didn't want to be a part of our podcast.
Probably they heard you and your talk and probably your fucking singing. That was what did it.
That's what did it.
Yeah. No more singing.
Do you notice how none of them issue a cease and desist on my awesome lyrics?
What awesome lyrics?
All my singing, they're not like...
Oh.
Even though my version's better than their version, they still let it slide. God,
my ears bleed every time I have to listen to you. Every fucking time.
So should we announce what franchise it's from at least? We gave a clue in the last episode. It's not going to harm. There's a million people in the movie.
There are... Well, let's give more clues. And actually, people should know what franchise it was from.
Figure out. It's a franchise we talk about.
Yeah.
Obviously of interest. The person's places we're probably going.
Yeah, we hit a lot.
Figure out where we're going.
We hit a lot of conventions. We'd let you know which conventions that we go to. Right? We go to a couple. We've been to a couple. Might have been there before, too.
So do some Sherlock investigations. Maybe we'll announce the franchise at a later time.
Yeah. Let's keep the mystery going.
Email us. If you can guess the person, we'll send a prize. I'll send the prize that I was going to send during the interview. So I was going to run a contest. I can't even say what the movie poster is because that'll tell you, obviously, the franchise. But it is a movie poster that's very limited edition. I will send that out to you, whoever's the first to guess who this person is. Email us. Give us your plugs.
The person or the franchise?
Oh, the franchise. Just give me the franchise. Person's going to be too hard.
Yeah.
If you want to take a stab at it for shits and giggles, go right ahead.
But we won't tell you if you're right or wrong.
Not on that.
Yeah.
I don't need the legal trouble.
Yeah, we will not say this person's...
Even us, we're decent people. Like, we can say who this person is. You're allowed to say you don't like somebody. Again, this is all real things. We're not slandering the person. But we hold our guests in like high regard that we're not going to out people for no reason.
No, that's a little unfair.
I mean, we're being petty by doing a podcast about it.
Yeah.
But it's fucking bullshit. So deal with it. It's petty. He's petty for being a bitch.
Tell us, let it all out, man.
I'm getting angry. I was over this last week. Now I'm fucking right
It was
back
pretty
into
funny, dude, because you were so fired up. You didn't even sleep that night.
I did not. Honestly, I could not sleep.
I slept pretty good. But
took some melatonin, still couldn't sleep.
And
felt like shit the next day.
Just worrying about it, emailed the publicist back late at night. And, then 24 hours later, she calls.
Yeah.
And then So it talks to you for 45 minutes. Then I have to listen to this bullshit for 45 minutes. So you're on the phone for an hour and a half with this crap. And what happens? Nothing. Like, it's just crickets. It's dead air afterwards. You know what? Part of me, though, is I'm done with it. It's behind me. It's just whatever. That person chose the path. Unfortunately, chose our path as well, that we can't do this. And we thought it was really cool. But there's nothing we can really do.
Yeah,
so
it is what it is.
It is what it is. We really wish we could have brought this to you because we really think you would have really enjoyed it. But we can't. So
we're making up for it. We have another interview scheduled.
Yep.
So I'll tease it again. It's this person's favorite day is probably October 13th.
I like that clue. I thought about that clue today. I like it.
So I don't know. Try to decipher that. I'll say it's a newer movie franchise. Well, it's not franchise, but newer movies.
Yeah, movies.
So we're trying to make up for it. Hopefully this one doesn't go to shit. It's not, again, not our fault.
No, I'm looking forward to this one. This person seems pretty cool.
I hope.
Yeah, I'm really interested to hear what this person has to say.
So that better be episode 44.
It will be. It will be. I think we're going to have a great time interviewing this person. Not saying gender.
That's right.
The person does have a gender.
Yeah, they're not trans or anything weird.
No, but that's okay. But, you know, we're just keeping it very vague. Is oblique? Oh, can I use that word too? Is that used wrong?
I think that's good.
You know how I screw up words and meanings and say things like irregardless. So
sounds good to me.
Which I haven't said in a very long time.
That's true. You've corrected yourself. I'm proud.
Thanks. See, things I learn on the podcast. Proper English.
And legal terms and copyright infringements and all kinds of
likenesses and
things.
Yeah.
We learned a lot.
Yeah. So that's the thing. You know what? We really did come out maybe ahead because we learned so much more about the industry.
I'm glad that we're big enough to have a cease and desist issued on us. Like, we're that important to these people.
Yeah. You know how many other podcasts out there are like, dude, we got like 20 of those. Newspapers are like, yeah, we got the same thing.
It's kind of cool though.
It is.
So
that's it about our legal
again,
woes.
Email us, dysfunctionalnerdcast@gmail.com. Let us know what franchise you think it's from. Try to win the poster.
Yeah.
Give the rest of our plugs. I'm not familiar with any of them.
It's because you're like anti-social media except for Facebook. So you can find mostly Aaron's posts on Facebook. And even I try to put shit up on Wednesday for Star Wars shit. I don't even know what day it is anymore.
I will have new toy review videos up on YouTube. Good. I got some of the NECA exclusives supposed to be here tomorrow, so that should be up probably this weekend.
Cool. So, yeah, check out the YouTube videos that Aaron does. Just look up Dysfunctional Nerdcast. We're the first ones that pop up because we're the original. The only ones out there on YouTube. Dysfunctional Nerdcast. Instagram. I've been laying low on that, but I'm going to hit up that again. It's always fun. Good people out there, you know, checking that out. Again, subscribe on your favorite podcast directory. We're on everything. So Podbean, iHeartRadio, iTunes, Google Play, you name it, we're on it. It's Pocket Casts, we're there. And, you know, we're seeing so many more like international people, which is really cool. So I have a request. Whoever's out there in Sweden listening to us, shoot us an email, okay? Say hi. I'm so curious what you guys think, and you know, what's the nerd world like in Sweden? Let us know.
Get you on, maybe.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Our Swedish guest. Dun dun. I don't know what its Swedish name is though. I'm not even gonna try to attempt it. But no, thanks to everybody who's listening. It does help us. And remember to 5-star reviews everywhere where you can.
Especially iTunes. Reviews. But also want to thank everybody for the awesome eBay sales. The shit is going into hyperdrive. And we're trying a little something new. I got a buddy. We're going to do our first ever Facebook Live auctions. So check us out. The name is going to be Dysfunctional Brownie Tingle. Yes. You can't forget that once you hear it. His name's Brownie, so that's where, you know, we kind of cross with the Spider Tingle. August 14th, 7 p.m. Find us on Facebook. There's going to be some majorly key books up there. Like, we're gonna have anything from $1 to probably $1,000. So huge sale. See how it goes.
That's dysfunctional brownie tingle. People.
That's right.
I said that with a straight face. Sorry for laughing so hard, Brownie and you, but that's funny.
This was his name, not mine. I would have just went with Dysfunctional Brownie would have been fine, but maybe that was taken.
You know what? As the other half and co-owner and co-host of this podcast, I'm not sure that I give permission. So you'll be hearing from my lawyer about using the word dysfunctional and associating it with the podcast with the term brownie tingle.
I would say you can come sell with us, but I know how you are with trying to organize anything and even finding stuff and then trusting you to ship things out for these people. I don't have faith in that.
I did recently think, I'm like, I gotta just, even if I sell like books for $5-10, if I do the quantity,
dude, it adds up so
it adds up. So I am going to start looking into it, and I'll not a competition with my partner here, because we have two completely different collections, but
it does take a little bit to get going. But once it starts rolling, man, I'm telling you, people start liking you. You send shit out good. I pack everything awesome. They start to save you as a favorite seller, and it repeats.
Yeah, it'd be cool. I shall look for you for guidance.
That's right. I'll let you know how this Facebook thing goes. But check us out. I'm telling you, it's going to be some major books.
Cool. I'm going to check it out.
All right.
I'm not going to buy anything.
Of course not.
No. You have nothing I want.
You double.
Again, gives you guys, the audience, everything. This guy, what did you give me once? You gave me something.
Gonorrhea?
Oh, no, those WWF books, right? Did you give those to me?
Yeah, I did.
That are still at work.
I believe.
Like 3.5 years
This is
later.
why I give him nothing. He appreciates nothing.
It gives me something to look at
He didn't bag and board them, nothing. Just throw them in a bin, forget about them, not even part of the collection.
Hey, they're part of my work collection.
Yeah.
I have to spread the, commodities out so they're not in all one place.
I didn't even have time to read comics this week. I had to read legal documents.
Which still made no sense to you whatsoever, probably.
No. You like to read them. It doesn't mean you comprehend them.
Yeah. Plus the words weren't in like word bubbles, so he just didn't know how the flow of everything went.
Forget it, Normal left to right.
There was no pictures whatsoever, no POW or anything.
That's really tough.
Yeah.
That is tough.
Imagine like legal documents where like, you will now cease and desist, POW! Or like...
They should.
There's like a lawyer like throwing a document on the table at you, like you're and pointing at things. That's how documents should work. We would know so much more and understand it better.
Agreed.
Wow, onto something there.
So until next time, don't go and sue us.